Go.
Well, here we are on the first leg, kind of first and a half leg of our journey to Saskatchewan. We have a small truck. We're traveling light this trip. We're bringing Rosie with us. And why are we going to Saskatchewan, you might ask? Well, that's a long story. And it begins here, sort of. This is the Sturgeon Falls Pentecostal Church. And this is the second building that the Sturgeon Falls Pentecostal Church had. I started attending here with my kids, Cassandra and Michael, our kids, Cassandra and Michael, 27 years ago, which was half my life ago, coincidentally. Well, at that time, it was a little place downtown, and there were so many people that on a Sunday morning, they were spilling out onto the street. So we built this place. We had the property and we built this place. And when I was attending this church, God started making it so much clearer to me the call that He had started to place on my life when I was just a kid, when I first got saved. The call that He wanted me, of all people, to be a minister of Christ, a minister of the gospel, to preach and to teach and to share the word. So at this church, which was the fifth church that I had been attending full time, and I'd only been attending church full time for 5 years, we moved a lot, but it was at this church that people really started to invest in me and believe in me and to disciple me. And it was at this church that the first pastor we had here, because we had a few, that the first pastor we had here, before he left, declared how much Serena likes to testify. And I thought, wow, here's a guy, we don't really see eye to eye. I didn't think he was going to come up with anything good to say about me when he was getting ready to leave and he was saying something about everybody in the church. And he came out with that. And I thought, wow, he sees that. I do love to testify. I love to share God stories. And I have many, many great stories of how God has been at work in my life and continues to work in my life and the lives of my family. But it was also at this church that a wonderful lady named Anna, who was coming to help me so much when I had hurt my back and was laid out flat, couldn't do anything. God has a way of humbling you when He needs to. And she was at my house and she said, you know, I was praying, I was talking to the Lord about you, and I said, God, she has so many great gifts, she'd really make a great teacher. And God said to her, no, she'd make a great preacher. And when she shared that with me, I just broke. I went, wow, it's true. He is calling me. He is going to use me. And I was overwhelmed that God could take a little street urchin like me and use me to preach and to teach. I was overwhelmed. And at that point, I knew that He had incredible things in store for me. But I had no way of knowing that 25 years later, I would be here with my amazing husband and ministry partner on our way to Saskatchewan to live near our kids who are in ministry, our beautiful grandson, and to start us on a journey of evangelism and doing mobile ministry together. So I just want to testify that God is great, that God is good, that God is able, and that if you just show up, He will use you.